If a woman hugs you, never think it's just an ordinary hug, because behind that seemingly simple act, there are always deeply important psychological messages hidden. A hug can be her way of testing your confidence, measuring your emotions, or even sending signals to the world around you. Most men overlook this, and because of that, they never truly understand what women are really trying to say. In this video, I will show you 6 psychological truths that a hug can reveal, and trust me, after hearing this, you will never look at hugs the same way again. So then, what is the very first sign hidden behind a hug? It's this: she's testing your confidence. Sounds strange, doesn't it? But think carefully. When a woman takes the initiative to wrap her arms around you, it's not just an intimate gesture. In reality, she's quietly observing. She wants to know, are you truly comfortable in your own skin? Do you have enough confidence to stand firm, to respond naturally, or will you become stiff and awkward? Imagine this, like walking into an important job interview. They hand you a glass of water. They don't just want you to drink it, they want to see how you hold it, how you react. A hug works the same way. When she hugs you, she notices every tiny detail: how your eyes look, where you place your hands, whether your body relaxes or tenses up. If you hug her back as if you're bracing for an ambush, stiff and guarded, she'll immediately sense a lack of confidence. But if you respond with calmness, naturally, as though it's the most normal thing in the world, then in her eyes, you instantly become a man of strength. Don't get it twisted. Women are extremely sensitive to confidence. A hug may last just a few seconds, but within those seconds, she can read an entire picture of your psychology. And that impression will directly shape the way she sees you in the future. And here's the next fascinating part. A hug also works like a quick emotional test. That's right, no doctor, no stethoscope. Just a few seconds in an embrace, and she can already measure the heartbeat inside you. Think of it like this. You tap lightly on a wall to check if it's solid or hollow. A hug functions in the same way. As she wraps her arms around you, she's knocking on your heart to see what's inside. Are you truly present in that moment, or is your mind wandering far away? Do you allow her to feel warmth and care, or do you respond half-heartedly, as if just going through the motions? The fascinating thing is women sense this with crystal clarity. Your energy, whether warm or cold, flows directly through your body. If you let worry, tension, or indifference dominate, she will instantly feel the distance. But if you genuinely open up, truly show up in that embrace, then your energy becomes an unspoken message: I'm here. I'm truly connected with you. And remember, women don't just listen with their ears, they feel with their entire bodies. A hug is like an emotional thermometer. In those few seconds of touch, she can tell whether you're a cold, distant man, or a man who knows how to connect, how to care, and how to make her feel safe. At this point, there's a truth that many men overlook. When a woman is the one who initiates the hug, it means she is creating a safe space for physical connection, but above all, it is a space that she controls. Picture this. It's like being invited to a party. The host is the one who opens the door, arranges the chairs, and decides what the atmosphere of the evening will be like. A woman's hug works in the same way. She is the host of that very moment. When her arms wrap around you, she's silently saying, I'm comfortable enough to let you come closer, but I'm also the one who sets the boundaries. This is the exact moment when she quietly observes how you respond. Do you respect those boundaries? Do you keep the hug just long enough? Or do you try to drag it out, killing its natural flow? Do you maintain a balanced distance, or do you make her feel overpowered? All these seemingly tiny details, in a woman's eyes, are incredibly important tests. And remember this, a truly attractive man is neither the one who rushes in too eagerly, nor the one who stiffens up out of shyness. He is the one refined enough to understand when she creates a connection, you respond with respect. When she invites you into her space, you act like a gentlemanly guest, not an invader. A hug, therefore, is not just a touch. It's an invitation to a test of whether you can control yourself, whether you have the sensitivity to step into her world without upsetting the balance. And trust me, if you pass that test, in her eyes, you will instantly become far more trustworthy and attractive. And now, we come to the part that few men are willing to admit, but which is absolutely crucial. When a woman hugs you, Her subconscious is quietly running a test whether or not there is physical compatibility between the two of you. Sounds overly scientific, but in reality, it's incredibly simple and natural. Imagine you're cooking a dish. Before you serve it, you always take a small taste to see if the flavors blend well if the salt is too strong, or if the sugar is too sweet. A woman's hug is exactly like that. It's the very first taste test to feel whether your body aligns with her rhythm. In those brief seconds, she pays attention to everything, how your bodies fit together, whether your breathing is rushed or calm, whether your posture is natural or awkward. Sometimes, even your scent, does it feel pleasant and inviting, or not? All of these elements blend together like ingredients in a recipe, and just one off note is enough to ruin the sense of harmony. The fascinating part is that most men have no idea they're being scanned on such a subtle level. Women have lightning-fast intuition, almost like a supercomputer processing data. She might not consciously register it all, but her body and emotions will remember everything. If, in that hug, she feels a spark, a sense of comfort, a feeling of fit, then a light flashes in her mind. He could be the right one. But if the hug feels cold, rigid, or worse, like she's hugging a lamppost, her impression of you will instantly drop. Keep this in mind. Men may choose with their eyes, but women often choose with their feelings, and the hug is the very first doorway through which they test that harmony. And here comes the most fascinating part. Because a hug isn't just for you. That's right, remember this when a woman hugs you in public. That hug is also a social signal she's broadcasting to everyone around. Picture it. It's like posting a public status update on social media, except this time not in words, but through body language. She hugs you, and in that moment, the people around instantly receive the message, "This man belongs in my circle." Of course, the level of that signal varies depending on the hug. A polite, short, and quick hug is like hitting a like on Facebook just for courtesy. But a longer, warmer hug, held for a few extra seconds, maybe even with bodies pressed close, is nothing less than a declaration. He's not just a friend. He might be something more. And you know what? This also resembles how a cat rubs itself against your legs. It's not only about friendliness, it's also about marking territory. This belongs to me. A woman's hug can work the same way. Sometimes it's her way of claiming space, making sure others, especially other women, notice that you're within her sphere of influence. The dangerous part is, many men think it's just a random gesture. But in truth, women are extremely deliberate when it comes to image management, both theirs and yours. A hug in a crowded place, a touch held just a bit longer than usual, even the glance she gives right after letting go. All of it is carefully calculated detail. So the next time a woman hugs you in public, pay attention. She may not only want to feel you, she may also want the whole world to witness that moment. And finally, a hug is sometimes not just about the present act. It is a way for a woman to imprint an emotional memory into both of you. Imagine a photo being taken not with a camera, but with the heart and senses. When she hugs you, in that very instant, her body and mind are recording all the data: your heartbeat, your breath, the fleeting vibration of energy, and you, too, unconsciously store that feeling like a stamp pressed into memory. A hug, therefore, becomes an emotional timestamp. Later, when she remembers you, it may well be the first moment that comes to mind. Did her heart race faster? Did she feel peace? Was there a spark of electricity? The answers to those questions shape the impression she carries of you in the future. Think about how the smell of freshly baked cookies can transport you back to childhood in just 1 second. A hug works in the same way. It stirs memory, binds emotion, and creates an invisible anchor. That's why there are people you can't remember what conversations you had with them, but you'll never forget the hug they once gave you. Men often underestimate this, but for women, a hug is a defining moment. It can be the beginning of a deeper relationship, or the measurement that tells her the feeling with you stops at just friendship. And once a hug becomes a memory, it stays with her for a long time. It might make her want to see you again and again, or, on the contrary, cause her to take a step back. But one thing is certain, that hug never just disappears into nothingness. So, we've gone through 6 psychological truths hidden behind a woman's hug. It may sound simple, but as you can see, behind that short gesture lasting only a few seconds lies an entire world of signals. A hug can be a test of confidence. It can also be an emotional check. It is a space where she controls physical connection. It is a way to measure compatibility, a hidden message to others, and finally, a memory that both of you will carry with you. Men often see it as something trivial, but women have never considered it just an ordinary action. Think back. How many times have you received a hug and brushed it off as if it meant nothing? Yet in that moment, she might have been reading you, measuring you, testing you, storing your image deep in her memory. A hug can make you the man who is trustworthy and attractive, or reduce you to someone forgettable, leaving no impression at all. A hug so simple, yet as powerful as a mirror. It reflects who you are, the energy you bring, and even determines whether you'll take another step deeper into her heart. And if you miss it, you may lose a chance you'll never get back. So the next time a woman hugs you, remember it is never just a hug. It is an unspoken language, a subtle test, a moment that can shape the relationship. Don't take it lightly. Learn to be present, learn to stay calm, and learn to let your own confidence and warmth radiate. Because in a woman's world, sometimes, just one hug is enough for her to decide whether you are the man worthy of stepping into her heart. Thank you for watching until the end of this video. If you found this content valuable, please hit like, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next videos. I'll continue bringing you many fascinating psychological insights to help you become the strongest, most magnetic version of yourself.